Shifting focus to Kenya now, where anger continues to mount against President William Ruto, despite him bowing down to the pressure and scrapping the new tax hikes. But the president has been forced to make more concessions as calls have grown for him to step down. In the latest, the Kenyan president has signed a law that allows reconstitution of the country's election body. The amendment bill allows the establishment of a panel to appoint members of the electoral body called Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, or the IEBC. Now, reconstituting the electoral body was among the demands of the recent nationwide mass protest that has emerged as the toughest challenge for Ruto in his nearly two-year presidency. The IEBC presently has no commissioner. Its chairman and two commissioners retired in January last year, while the other four commissioners were kicked out as they disowned the election results in 2022 that saw Ruto taking charge as the president. Protesters in the anti-tax demonstrations demanded the reconstitution of the IEBC to allow the hiring of new commissioners and to recall the incompetent legislators. Now, the fresh regulations now add new provisions requiring any individual seeking to be an election commissioner. It also creates a panel of 9 instead of 7 to enlist the new commissioners. Now, this is the latest demand of the protesters that Ruto has agreed to. Last month, he scrapped an unpopular finance bill that introduced new tax hikes aimed at replenishing government coffers and helping to reduce its huge debt burden. The bill sparked widespread demonstrations led by young Gen Z Kenyans. Protesters feared that the bill would add to the economic hardships of people already gripped by a cost of living crisis. Rights groups say at least 39 people had died in the protests. Now, Ruto has since then tried to placate public anger. He has held one-on-one talks with protesters through social media. He has assured that the tax hikes would never return. On Tuesday, he also announced a 6-day national dialogue forum beginning on the 15th of July to discuss issues pressing Kenyans. However, the president finds himself in a catch-22 situation. While he is bowing down to the pressure at home, his government faces pressure from the lenders. He says if the country fails to raise revenue, its ballooning public debt will continue to grow. Last week, Ruto announced sweeping government spending cuts, but global agencies are lowering Kenya's credit rating. Global rating agency Moody's has further downgraded Kenya's credit ratings to junk territory. That means it has reached a level considered a very high-risk credit, and new rating and Moody's negative outlook for the country increase borrowing costs for the cash-strapped government. Now, Ruto also faces pressure from the International Monetary Fund, which has called for fiscal reforms like increasing taxes in order to access crucial funding. While announcing spending cuts, Ruto assured that he will be able to pull the country back from the danger of debt distress. However, it is not clear how the IMF is going to respond or how Ruto will walk the tightrope, balancing domestic dissent and satisfying lenders, creditors, markets, and rating agencies.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.